Long ago, in a faraway land called Persia, there lived a young Jewish woman named Esther. She wasn't rich or famous. In fact, she was an orphan, raised by her kind cousin Mordecai. But what she didn't know was that God was preparing her for something extraordinary. At that time, King Xerxes of Persia was looking for a new queen. His advisors searched the kingdom for the most beautiful women, and Esther was chosen to go to the palace. She didn't tell anyone she was Jewish, just as Mordecai advised, and after months of preparation, the king chose her, Esther, to be queen. She went from orphan to royalty overnight, but this wasn't just about beauty, it was part of God's greater plan. Soon after, trouble came. A man named Haman, who worked for the king, hated Mordecai, simply because Mordecai wouldn't bow to him. Full of pride and rage, Haman made a wicked plan to destroy all the Jews in Persia. And the king agreed, not knowing Esther herself was Jewish. When Mordecai heard about the plan, he sent a message to Esther: "You must go to the king and beg him to save our people." But Esther was afraid. In those days, no one could approach the king without being invited, not even the queen. It could cost her life. Yet Mordecai's words echoed in her heart. Perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this. With trembling courage, Esther made her choice. She fasted, she prayed, and then, dressed in her royal robes, she stepped into the king's court uninvited. The room fell silent, but the king held out his golden scepter, a sign of welcome. Esther was safe. She invited the king and Haman to a special dinner, not once but twice. And at the second dinner, Esther revealed her true identity and Haman's evil plot. The king was furious. Haman's plan was stopped, and the Jewish people were saved. Esther didn't fight with weapons. She didn't shout. She stepped forward in faith, spoke with wisdom, and trusted God's purpose. Her bravery changed history. Esther's story reminds us that no matter where we come from, we go. We are never too small for God to use. Like Esther, you may be right where you are, for such a time as this.